It's been a long time since Solange Knowles and Jay-Z's notorious lift battle. And as per the most recent reports, Solange actually can't stand her brother by marriage it ridiculously was a particularly critical second for me. Bits of gossip are circumventing that Beyonce's sister Solange actually holds resentment against Jay-Z for betraying Beyonce's. Sources are saying Solange never supported Jay in any case. So does this mean Solange and Jay are not friendly any longer? And how does Solange truly feel about Beyonce forgiving Jay for duping? How about we get into it? I'm totally completely fit for dealing with pessimism for myself on the off chance that you're a Beyonce fan. You've presumably seen that Beyonce hasn't been the equivalent since Jay-Z freely conceded he betrayed her. While Beyonce is certainly currently in her prime, artistically fans have been remarking of late that she's changed a ton since the bamboozling outrage. And it's practically similar to she lost her flash. Vey is damaged by Jay's deceiving outrages and her dad's unfaithfulness. And it shows in her eye tone and music. One fan, as of late, remarked you recognize the light. Disappeared clearly during that time. She's been approved by her fans. Yet not her own significant other. That is the reason she's rapping more in her tunes like Jay. And over-sexualizing herself. There is something cash can't purchase. Yet not simply fans feel as such. We're presently, likewise, hearing the Beyonce's sister Solange can't stand Jay-Z. And however much she attempted to acknowledge him, she supposedly consistently felt like he controlled Beyonce. To give you some setting, in his 2007 meeting with Charlie Rose, Jay conceded that he met Beyonce in 1997, and they held on until she went 18 to begin dating. So this implies Jay was 28 when he began plotting how to get with 16-year-old Beyonce. And what makes the situation considerably more upsetting is that by that point, Jay-Z previously had a history of engaging with a lot more youthful ladies. See, before he met Beyonce, Jay purportedly had a relationship with rapper Saucy Earthy Colored, who is only 14 or 15. When she met 27-year-old Jay, however charming later. Guaranteed they were dear companions. It's still really strange that a 27-year elderly person would need to be companions with a 14-year-old young lady anyway. This was some way or another hid where no one will think to look, and nowadays it appears as though everybody's frightened to transparently discuss Jay-Z's dangerous past. Look at how Jay's previous colleague Woman Run responded when he was gotten some information about Jay and Charming's relationship. At what age was Charming Brown? Marked definitely yet. That is, I didn't sign Saucy Brown. Did I Shiner? It seems as though you're all higher up sounds in this industry. When we live, it seems like you got an inquiry for Jay posed to him. Don't pose me these inquiries. You all continue to ask me inquiries. You all need to ask him since he ain't here. Ask him I got to do with that. And I don't actually know nothing about that. And presently I would try and prefer not to recollect nothing about that, except for that is not Aldane already likewise conceded that he chose to from Jay-Z over Jay's relationship with R. Kelly. As you most likely know, R. Kelly prepped Lady's ex Aaliyah and unlawfully wedded her when she was 15 years of age by utilizing a phony ID anyway. After R. Kelly's relationship with Aaliyah was uncovered, Jay-Z wouldn't cut attaches with Kelly, and they delivered a joint collection best case scenario at the level of Kelly's paper charges. Lady later got down on Jay for remaining companions with Kelly and guaranteed that the circumstance caused him to acknowledge there was something ethically amiss with Jay-Z. Yet I've been tight about this for a really long time, so to be straightforward, like in the event that you recollect the best case scenario, you don't see my name on that, you understand what I mean. And your name isn't on either collection. Damnation. No, I never went to No Stop today. So my house was doing that. I resembled brother, you know why home slice disregarded. And he disregarded my young lady, he disregarded a cordial office. Other than that, Jay-Z was likewise supposedly intrigued by Aaliyah and Woman. Guaranteed that Jay made a good attempt to get with her anyway. In 2001, Aaliyah unfortunately lost her life in a plane accident. And that very year, Jay-Z formally began dating Beyonce, yet the power elements among Jay and Beyonce were all from the beginning, since when Beyonce was 18, Jay was 30. And they were miles separated. As far as life experience, Beyonce obviously just dated one person in secondary school before she met Jay. And since she came from a substantially more protective foundation, it would have been exceptionally simple for Jay to control her truth be told Jay himself. Conceive it that the power elements were lopsided in his tune 444, where he raps I said don't humiliate me, rather than be mine that was your 21st birthday,
Realize
yet
as
it was
we
Jay-Z who wound up humiliating Beyonce. And not the opposite way around. There's truly been a ton of hypothesis among fans that Beyonce remained with Jay-Z after the swindling embarrassment since she was controlled as a teen. And she never figured out how to be free of him anyway. When Jay-Z later confessed about his undertaking, he lauded Beyonce for remaining with him and said they decided to battle for their family. You can be infatuated with somebody, you can cherish somebody, and you not on the off chance that you have an accomplished love you don't comprehend it, and you don't have the devices to push ahead, then you will have confusions, period. And in the event that you can either address it, or you could imagine until it explodes sooner or later. And for us, we decided to battle for our affection for our family, to give our children an alternate result, to break that cycle for individuals of color, and ladies, just to see an alternate result, like you were saying, it's not this VIPs. Since we were never a 2 or 3, we were a couple who incidentally turned out to be VIPs, like genuine individuals, definitely. And when asked what might have occurred on the off chance that Beyonce was the person who Kanye said he trusted, he would have been basically areas of strength for as his significant other, assuming this ought to have been on the other foot, whether the offenses have been her ally. How about you have the option to be as pardoning of her as she was of you? I trust again on the grounds that I love her the same way regardless of what side I love her the same way. I supplicate that I will in light of the fact that her solidarity, and her you realize man, this is the most grounded lady. I know like behind my mom they fighting, yet do we truly accept that Jay-Z would remain with Beyonce, assuming that she openly went behind his back with another man for this reason? Many fans have blamed Jay for gaslighting Beyonce by pushing this poisonous story that ladies who stay with their cooking accomplices are solid. And as per sources near the Carters, this is precisely the way in which Solange feels about Jay-Z. Purportedly, Solange has been dubious about Jay for quite a long time, and she generally expected that he would wind up openly embarrassing Beyonce's tricking charges about Jay first showed up in quite a while in 2005 after. Different sources asserted that he was connecting with his prettige Rihanna, and however, Brianna's previous marketing specialist later denied this. It didn't take well before Jay-Z was again blamed for playing with different ladies. Bits of hearsay were circumventing in those days that Jay was drawing near to his rock country craftsman Rita Ora. And meanwhile, rapper Liv approached guaranteeing that Jay hit on her and requested her number. Generally, Jake hit me on some. I will contact you when I'm visiting the area. He believed that you should be his young lady Friday. Do you maintain that I should be a young lady? And it resembles for me. I'm not that like I could do a ton of things, a ton of young ladies. A ton of things despite future individuals' good faith home. And it never comes out that will return karma. I have a ton of regard for Beyonce as a craftsman, as a lady, as a spouse, as a mother. At the time it resembled, you understand, what I could do a ton of filthy things to set up in a way where I need to get crashes to that, yet it's like I need to take a gander at my stuff in the mirror after this all finished. And afterwards someone can take that from you that gives it to you. So how about you work for you folks, remove it. So I wasn't even on that. So it resembles I'd botched, not botched, open doors. but rather I left a ton of chances in view of the nuts and bolts. I'm doing whatever it takes not to think twice about this game. Yet presently I'm here, so it resembles, there's you made it, don't stress, I ain't saying this is in a real sense, you can't say this is residing, you know it resembles. I'm not going that course, so you must regard me. And I'm doing whatever it takes not to work with them, either, so that is the reason I'm like you. Since I don't mind, yet the claims didn't stop there. And in 2013, Jay-Z was spotted celebrating with Belgian model Claudia Schillen, who later guaranteed that Jay was attempting to converse with her the entire evening. And he didn't raise his better half or girl by any means anyway. Claudia later took to Twitter to not guarantee anything occurred among her and Jay. And by that point, there was still no positive confirmation that Jay betrayed Beyonce. However, at that point, only months after the fact, Solange gave us every one of the verification we really wanted when she truly went after Jay in a lift at the 2014 Met function. Thank you. Following quite a while of hypothesis, one insider told E! News that Solange lost it since she saw Jay playing with Woman Run's ex Rachel Roy at the Met Gala after party. The source asserted that Beyonce moved toward Rachel to tell her the way of behaving was discourteous, and afterwards Solange came over, and things got warmed with her and Rachel. And what truly provoked Solange was perceiving how Jay-Z wouldn't go to bat for Beyonce before Rachel. As per the insider, Jay even directed a few ill-bred sentiments toward Beyonce and Solange as the showdown was going down. And that is the reason Beyonce just remained there in the lift and let Solange hit Jay anyway. Soon after the lift film was spilled, Beyonce and Jay-Z gave a joint assertion alluding to the squabble as a sad occurrence and guaranteeing the family has managed it. Jane Solange each took care of what has happened. The proclamation perused, the two of them recognized their job in this.